So I'm Katie Boeh. I'm here with Schneider Electric, and I think that the question to the way that enterprise architectures are going to change thanks to AI, it's going to change in multiple different ways. So I'll talk about it from a Schneider Electric lens and what we know about, which is the power, the cooling, the underlying infrastructure that wraps around and enables and supports the rest of the technology. So one of the biggest changes with AI is the power densities are changing and very much on the rise. And that's true certainly of large language models and training that you hear about in these AI factories or gigafactories, but it's also true even at the inferencing level, which happens closer to where the data is being created, consumed, analyzed, and where some of those trainings are actually being applied and utilized. And even those densities are increasing. Not quite at the same scale, but still enough that you have to rethink and plan for how much power do you have available, how much space do you have available, what's your current cooling architecture, and can it support the power densities that come along with AI. Now with enterprise, it's really going to depend what kind of AI you're engaging with is going to depend on what the use case is. A lot of enterprise customers are leveraging what's in the cloud, so they don't really have to worry about their own infrastructure. But again, as we see more applications for inferencing AI come into the fold, that could be changing. And there are some enterprises that do their own training as well, especially if they're in regulated industries where they don't want their information and their data in a public cloud, which makes sense. So that's one of the biggest changes that we see is people having to try and plan ahead as they're modernizing their spaces. They're also having to think ahead and plan for what kind of densities am I going to be asked? How much power am I going to be asked to supply for this kind of next round of technological advancements and investments?